Friends, back in 1978, Pauline Rose Chance and Suzanne Imes, two psychologists, talked about something in one of their studies called the imposter phenomenon, which now is known as the imposter syndrome. The imposter syndrome affects people who have a difficult time accepting their accomplishments, accepting in the coaching world what we call their wins. Many times they're really high achievers, not always, but it's this doubting of their abilities and feeling like a fraud. Now, believe it or not, it's more common than we care to admit, and most of us, many times when we're faced with challenges and we're working really hard, can be unsure of ourselves. We can feel like we don't really have what it takes. Everybody thinks we do, but we don't. And I want to assure you, I want to use an example from Scripture. When God called Jeremiah, God lovingly draws him to himself in a very early season of Jeremiah's life, in his teenage years. It's recorded in Jeremiah chapter 1. But in the course of this encounter that he has with God, Jeremiah hears God tell him that before he was formed in the womb, he was known, and that he's been set apart to be a mouthpiece for God. And Jeremiah says, Lord, you got the wrong guy. I'm not capable. I'm too young. I'm a youth. I don't have this. I don't have that. And God says, don't say that to yourself. Remind yourself that I'm your strength. Remind yourself that I'm with you. Remind yourself that I'll teach you what to say. I will be what you need me to be when you need me to be it. And I want you to just think about the fact that every time you face uncertainty about your capability, your competence, your capacity, your adequacy, those are normal human struggles. But there is a lover of your soul who makes up the difference and who also designed you to be the you you're intended to be. And if God is for you, who can be against you? Remembering that you're loved and remembering that you didn't choose yourself to be who you are. God chose you to be who you are. You can face those times when you have doubts about your abilities and you feel like a fraud and say, I'm going to doubt my doubts. Listen carefully. I'm going to doubt my doubts. Feeling like a fraud or feeling unsure that you're the real deal is not the same as being the real you. God is up to something good, and he's doing it in you. Doubt your doubts. You're the real deal.